Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see from the title, I found patterns at Goodwill, which, not miraculous, but as we all know, it's been quite a dry spell for Goodwill and patterns. And interestingly, I had a couple hauls back from Goodwill. So a while ago, I had talked about like Goodwill was getting too expensive to buy patterns there. And this time when I went in, I noticed that the patterns were averaging like $2 a piece. And she actually said to me, the woman that worked there, we priced them at $2 a piece now. And I said, good, because I had actually told them that they were overpricing these patterns, especially because, I'd gotten patterns that were cut. I'm like, that's too expensive for a pattern from the 1980s that's been cut. It just is, $3 a pattern, whatever. So, I was pretty happy that they had decided to do that. It's still a little steep, but very few of these patterns were cut. In fact, I'm going to show you the ones that were cut in a minute. Now, but first we have to talk about the elephant in the room, or I'm going to try not to make you guys seasick. That behind me. So speaking of Goodwill, I went to Goodwill, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. Normal Tuesday, they really didn't have much. I always tell you that I always get fabric at Goodwill. And I always find it's over with like shower curtains, tablecloths. This beauty, which is a wall hanging, and is hand stitched. The binding is hand stitched. I can see her stitches. Was in Goodwill, hanging with some shower curtains and stuff. And it was $7.49. Plus I got my senior citizens discount. But here's the thing. First of all, can everybody see how beautiful this is? This woman, whoever made this, put a lot of work into this wall hanging. Why no one in her family could find space, I'm assuming she's departed, could find space for this beautiful piece that she made. And quilting takes hours. And look at these small pieces she's got in there. She hand sewed every one of those small pieces. She hand sewed that whole binding around it. In fact, I'm going to get up for a minute so I can show you the backing fabric. Look how beautiful the backing fabric is. This woman works so hard on this to have this end up in Goodwill. See these here? I can see her stitches where she went over them, like to kind of make them, where she kind of tacked them down. Yes, I am wearing a nightgown. I'm sorry to tell you guys that. For some reason, New Jersey went from being October weather to being August weather, really July weather. Like yesterday was 80 degrees was the high. I was like, what is going on? But today before this, I had gone food shopping, did some laundry, cleaned the bathroom. And I was like, and it's not even a hot flash because I don't get hot flashes. It was just was really warm. I think it's 70 something degrees outside right now. And I don't like heat. I'm not a summer girl. And so I was pretty happy when we got to the October weather, but apparently I have been vetoed by Mother Nature. So, all right. So without further ado, now that I talked about this absolutely gorgeous thing, that it broke my heart that this was in there because somebody really put a lot of love into this. And to just be like, meh, we'll give it to Goodwill. We'll just give grandma's wall hanging to Goodwill. I'm assuming she was a grandmother. Who knows? It's very modern for a quilt. If you look at it, it's not it is flying geese, I believe is that pattern. But the fabrics she used were not traditional fabrics. She used batik. She used a lot of Asian influence fabrics. So good on her. She was creative, and it's sad to see that that's where her piece ended up. So, all right. So we're going to start with the patterns that are cut from this grouping of patterns. They were all pretty much in the same bag. They were in a bag marked vintage. I haven't really gone through them yet. I worked really hard the last 2 days. I picked these up Friday, by the way. I worked the last 2 days. So Saturday and a little bit this morning, trying to get the ones that are uncut and modern, get them up online. So any of these modern patterns that you see are in the Etsy shop if you're interested in them. And these I haven't gone through. I got to go through them. Almost all of these I already have. There's only like one or two I don't already have. So without further ado, I don't believe I have this one. I might, but it doesn't look familiar. This is pretty cool, actually. It's it's like a dress with the jacket over it, and then you can do the dress like in two pieces, kind of the way they did on the front to make it look like two pieces, even though it's, one dress. This I absolutely have already. No line drawings. It's a Butterick with no line drawings. This I also absolutely have. We've talked about this one. This was like the female version of the leisure suit. Do you guys remember this from way back when? So there's that one. I may not have this one. I have to look and see if this has the monogram in it. I mean, it's just really a basic shirt pattern, but I think, does it have, including tissue, lesson chart, and a how-to? I don't believe, oh, it does. And it includes traceable for embroidery. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's see if it made it. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my, look. They're in here. Ooh, well, that changes everything. So even though it's a cut and counted pattern, the blue iron-ons are there. And there's my dog who's been ignoring me. He's going to come in now because, I don't think I have this one. I can't remember. This one looks really familiar to me. Maybe I had it a long time ago and I sold it. Possibility. I'm pretty sure I have this one. I think this one I might have sold too. It's like an evening gown. And the most 80s shirt ever. Oh, I really do think I had this shirt. I'm pretty sure I had this version here. Pretty sure I had that one. I have a couple of these, actually. I think I have two of these. It's just a zip front kind of a fit and flare dress. I did not have this, but it was good to get another. It's a trio pattern, maternity pattern. So it's all these pieces. Like I always say, I love getting maternity patterns because they're kind of rare now. I mean, I'm sure they still make them, but I've had this pattern before. I have it again. I think that this sold. So I'm hoping that this is in good shape because I believe this sold because you can make jeans. Size 12, not bad. And then look what was in the costume bag. I have to apologize. There was a bag with costumes, and one of the costumes in it, there were like 3 of them, and they were one that we did last week. So I didn't figure it, or not last week, whenever we did the costume one. So I didn't want to redo it. We just saw it. But the other one was another highly inappropriate Native American style costume. And I thought it was the same as the one that I already had. Well, turns out it was a simplicity version. The one I had was McCall's. And I took pictures of it and put it up online and bagged it up. And I actually already put it in my storage unit. Sorry. It was the same kind of thing, though. It was like a family pattern that was, like Native American and had the headdress and everything. And, they're culturally inappropriate. That's not, hopefully somebody will use them for something else. This pattern I already have. This is really banged up. I'm not sure I can save this one. This definitely, something got it, right? And I don't think it was, Bob the Mouse. I think it was some kind of a bug thing because we got this action happening. And last but not least, I do not have this pattern. Whoop, piece fell out of it. It's really lovely, 1960s pattern. And so it's like a real vintage pattern. And it's also cut. So those are the cut patterns. So now let's take a look at the uncut patterns. And we're going to start with my least favorite, children's patterns. Yes, I know. I always say I don't need any more children's patterns. There was one bag that had a bunch of children's patterns in it. I could tell by looking at them, they were all modern children's patterns. And they do sell okay. because if women are going to sew, they're going to sew modern children's clothing. They're not going to be sewing like, they're not going to be sewing like a suit jacket and short pants for a little boy. Nobody wears that anymore, right? Hold on, guys. I'm going to adjust you just a tiny bit. There we go. So without further ado, so this is an interesting pattern. This up here, these are Mrs. sizes. So they go up to really like mom's size. And this down here, these are for 18-inch dolls, which is American Girl, right? So, but it's not branded as an American Girl pattern, but it's kind of an American Girl pattern. So it's a mommy and me / American Girl. The ones in the middle there, those are the girl sizes, the little girl sizes. So yeah, did I show you the back? Here, there's the back. A little vintage 1990s. So this is 9 different dresses. And then you have collars, bolero jacket, all kinds of stuff. Do they have the purse? I'm trying to see if there's. No purse, but all the dresses. I had 3 of these, which I thought was interesting because they were all the same size. These are great. I kind of wish McCall's would bring these back. These were really great because you could go on their website and there were actual tutorials, kind of like YouTube videos where you could learn to make this stuff. And it's just a girl's maxi dress. There's a couple dresses that are shorter if you want to do them shorter, but super cute. And like I said, I have 3 of them, all the same size. With this, another one of these, Learn to Sew for Fun. All girls. This is so cute. One is a romper, one is a short set, and the other one is a little mini dress. They're really cute. Another high-low dress for little girls. And then last but not least, this is really a unisex pattern. I know they're showing it for a little boy. This is the children's size, but it is actually the pants, which can be made into short, and a camp shirt. Really, really basic stuff, right? And then there was this they had done the pants and they didn't cut it out. They traced it because they had left the traced pieces in here, but they did cut out like the belt area. So the belt piece and the belt loops, but that's all that was cut on this. And this was just too fabulous for words. It's so like Prince. It's from 1999. Yeah, that's why it made me think of Prince, because it's partying like it's 1999. I actually didn't know that the NYU, or no, it's just New York that they did a junior, but they did. And these are half sizes, so they're definitely for teen girls. And then we have, come on, a whole stack of patterns that are adult patterns. So, lot of McCalls. Whoever this was, man, they like McCalls. Yeah, lots and lots of McCalls. So, first pattern is a butterick. This is either a coat or a short jacket, and it is a wrap style. They call this a robe style. I think I already have this one. I got to double check. No, you know what? I didn't have this one. When I put this up online, I did not have this one, but I think I had it before. Fast and easy jacket pattern. Very Melrose Place. Yeah, very, very Melrose Place, right? What was her name? Amanda? No. I'm trying to remember her name. Heather Locklear's character that was always running around in the long jackets with the mini skirts. Yeah. Butterick, a basic top pattern, but kind of cool. Kind of some asymmetrical stuff going on there. No line drawings on the back. Sorry, guys, no line drawings. And then, interestingly, there were 3 of these. I mean, it's a great pattern. It's for like a raincoat or just like a duster style coat. It's a quick sew. They originally wanted $13 for it. Yeah. 3 of these, all unopened, and they all have a tag from Atlantic County Quilts LLC. I don't know who that is. Not familiar with them at all. But I have a feeling they're not in business anymore, and that's why they're over here, because that's why I would have 3 of these, right? This pattern we've seen before. This made 2 of them. It's the Women's Day collection. Yeah, I already have one of those. So I photographed it again. This one is in kind of nicer condition than the other one I have. So I rephotographed them. Same with this one. The other ones I had, this is already online. The other ones I had, someone had taken a red marker through the pattern number. So I just took new photos. And it's good because the other ones I had were a different size. So I now have two of these 2 are size C, which is 10 through 14. And the other one I think was 12 through 16, which was a size D. So now I got some extended sizes. Oh, and she had some Berta. Look at this. Yeah. Look at that action. It's so early 2000s, isn't it? Remember these? Right. And then speaking of early 2000s, oh yeah, they're hipsters. And you can get them with, oh, this is horrible. You can get them where you can make them into a bell, or look, you can do the lace up sides. Yeah. Don't say you didn't have them. I know y'all had them in 2001, 2000, 2001. We all had them. It's when I could still wear things around my hips. I remember. Never heard of this group, but what is it called? Sew House 7. Never heard of them. It's just for the top, and it's apparently there's a stretch knit pattern. So you have to use a 2-way stretch on this, but nice, nice enough. Oh, and then speaking of the early 2000s, I think this is from 2002. Much along the lines of the Berta pattern, but this one, yes, you can make that belt to go around your peasant blouse. And these are cute. I mean, they're peasant blouses. They don't really ever go to style, We also have this little cape, whatever you want to call it. Very cute. Stitch and Save. We're about to get into all the McCalls. There's a lot of McCalls. And then, not that I needed another one of these, but yeah, another 90s mini dress with an extra long jacket. It's okay. Someday, Now, these are the good ones. So here's the McCalls. And how cool is that halter dress? Yeah. And it can be a gown or a dress, which I was pretty happy about. Ooh, and you have to see this. There were 2 of them. Here's the other one. This is a little more slinky. If you look closely, you can see that is a plunging V-neck. And then there was this. I almost put this under costumes. Tell me that is not Wednesday Addams' dress. So this is like from 96, I think. But yeah, little baby doll dress. Absolutely Wednesday Addams. Another Learn to Sew for Fun, but this is the adult female version. And this is a off the shoulder. This is also for stretch knits. I think this one actually says you can use like a light cotton jeans. Yeah, skinny jeans, skinny capris. Oh, this next dress, as soon as I saw it, my first thought was Charlotte from Sex and the City in the 90s. This is from 2000, so almost. But oh, and it includes the bag. Right, looks like Charlotte though, doesn't it? Oh, and here we go. Our first official Bridgerton. So this is an older pattern, but it's very Bridgerton, isn't it? Yeah, I'm thinking somebody's no line drawing. I'm thinking someone's going to grab that for Bridgerton because this was like, I think this was 96. It's an older pattern. Ooh, and this, yes, there we go. Corsets. This was interesting. This is another one they traced because I found the trace pieces inside of it. And then we have this. It's a basic, it really is a basic shirt pattern. But they have that version where you can do it long if you want to. And then we have this, a very riding jacket type silhouette, kind of Victoriana in its own way, a little steampunky. I think you could definitely do this in like a steampunk style. And that was it, guys. So what else have I been doing? Well, I'm going to show you real quick. I have been getting tons of yarn at Goodwill. So I have been doing things like this, which unfortunately for me, this actually was too big for my head. But can you see it? It is a headband. I got to cut off that one piece of the, it was just some cheap variegated acrylic yarn. It was like a ball of it, so I knew it wasn't a lot, but you know. Then I did one, I haven't finished this yet. I did one for my niece in this kind of crazy, and this one I'm going to put some cheap buttons on so that you can actually button it as a headband. And with some of the leftover, I did a scrunchie. Yes, I have been crocheting scrunchies. These are super easy, by the way. I should have put the directions, but I didn't. They're super easy. There's tons of videos on YouTube on how to make those. They're really, really easy, but I should have connected one, but I didn't. But what I did connect was another video by Dr. Roz, because she went to another estate sale and she got lots and lots of patterns and lots of fabric. And I love watching her because, like me, she feels like she is, like taking over kind of the stewardship of this woman's life, and this woman's creativity and her creative life. And so by getting all of this stuff, she is, keeping things from going, over here to Goodwill that should never go to Goodwill when someone passes. Case in point, right? So I am still working on the patterns from the other week that I got from that woman. I got to tell you, finding those Berninas, they are like a needle in the haystack. I haven't been able to find like hardly any of them online. I found like one. So I don't know. They must have been a really short-lived item. But anyway, so I'm going to continue to put those online. I'm going to continue to crochet. So next time you see me, I may have finished my crochet beret, which I'm still working on today. But until next time, I hope wherever you are, you're having a great day. I hope your weather is nice, maybe a little less hot than where I am, but that's okay. And until next time, keep well. May the road rise to meet you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for stopping by.